Hey everyone, Jeremy here. Now, I'm not one to shy away from a challenge, whether it's hurdling a Reliant Robin down a hill or trying to make a Dacia Sandero look good. But there's one thing that even I, a man who laughs in the face of danger, can admit to feeling. Fear. Yes, even this grizzled veteran of the open road has moments of doubt, of trepidation. But you know what? Fear is a natural part of life. It's what keeps us alive, stops us from doing something truly idiotic. But sometimes, just sometimes, fear can hold us back. It can stop us from achieving our dreams, from living life to the fullest. That's why today, we're going to grab fear by the scruff of the neck and give it a good hard shake. We're going to break it down, understand it, and ultimately conquer it. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 solid steps to tackle those pesky fears that have been holding you back. So buckle up and let's get started. Okay, first things first. You can't defeat an enemy you can't see, can you? It's like trying to outrun a shadow. Utterly pointless. So step 1 in our fear-busting adventure is to identify the blighter. What is it that's got you quaking in your boots? Is it spiders? Heights? Public speaking? Clowns? Now, I'm not saying you have to write it down in a diary or anything. This is not a self-help book. Just have a good long think about what really gets under your skin. What makes your palms sweat and your heart race like a hamster on a wheel. Once you've got it, you can start to understand it. Because let's face it, fear is often irrational. It's like a dodgy GPS, leading you astray with nonsensical directions. By identifying the fear, you're essentially pulling over, grabbing a map, and saying, okay then, where are we actually going with this? Now that we've identified the beast, it's time to poke it with a stick and see what makes it tick. Understanding why you're afraid of something is like reading the instruction manual for your own brain. It's a fascinating, if slightly terrifying journey into the depths of your psyche. So, why are you afraid? Was it a nasty experience in the past? Did you watch one too many horror films as a child? Or could it be that it's something you've convinced yourself of, a self-fulfilling prophecy of doom and gloom? Whatever the reason, understanding the root of your fear is crucial. It's like taking your car to a mechanic. You wouldn't just slap a sticker over the engine warning light and hope for the best, would you? No. You'd want to know what's causing the problem so you can fix it properly. And that's exactly what we're going to do with your fear. We're going to get under the hood, tinker with the wiring, and hopefully stop it from stalling your life. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This next step requires a bit of grit. It's time to face your fear head on. But don't worry, we're not talking about bungee jumping off the Shard just yet. We're going to take it slow, like a Sunday drive in a vintage Rolls Royce. The key here is gradual exposure. Think of it like dipping your toes in a cold pool. You wouldn't just cannonball in, would you? Unless you're some sort of masochist. No, you'd start by dipping a toe, then maybe your ankle, and so on. The same principle applies to conquering your fears. If you're afraid of spiders, for example, start by looking at pictures of them. Then maybe watch a video. Eventually, you might even work your way up to being in the same room as a spider. The point is to expose yourself to your fear in small, manageable doses. This allows you to build up your confidence and realize that actually it's not as terrifying as your brain has made it out to be. Now, this next step might sound a bit wishy-washy, but trust me, it works. Positive affirmations are like fuel for the mind. They might not make the fear disappear entirely, but they'll certainly give you the boost you need to power through it. The key is to repeat positive phrases to yourself like, I am strong, I am capable, or I can do this. It might feel silly at first, like talking to yourself in the mirror, but the more you say it, the more you start to believe it. Think of it like tuning up an old engine. You wouldn't expect it to run smoothly after years of neglect, would you? No, you'd need to give it a bit of TLC, change the oil, maybe even give it a new coat of paint. Positive affirmations are like that TLC for your mind. They help to rewire your thinking, replacing negative self-talk with empowering beliefs. Finally, remember that you don't have to go through this alone. Even the most fearless adventurers need a co-pilot sometimes. Talking to someone about your fears, whether it's a friend, family member, or even a therapist, can work wonders. It's like having a navigator on a long road trip. They can help you to stay on track, offer words of encouragement when the going gets tough, and maybe even share a few laughs along the way. Sometimes just saying your fear out loud can make it seem less daunting. It's like letting the air out of a tire that's about to burst. It takes the pressure off and allows you to approach the situation with a clearer head. So don't be afraid to reach out for help. Remember, even superheroes have sidekicks. So, there you have it. 5 steps to help you conquer your fears and start living life on your own terms. Remember, fear is a natural human emotion, but it doesn't have to control you. By identifying your fears, understanding their root, facing them gradually, using positive affirmations, and seeking support, you can break free from their grip and embrace all that life has to offer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a date with a racetrack and a certain hamster-powered car. Until next time, keep your foot on the gas and your eyes on the prize.